comment on a video saying you can't tell someone not to worry about their job when you live with your parents. We gotta survive out here too, baby girl. Here are some of the shades, the questions and the comments I have been getting from family members, even my own parents, my friends, all of that. I wonder what she's doing with her life. How do you pay your bills? She is so smart in school. Why didn't she go to college? I don't see why you don't just go to college. Instead of stressing and living in your mom's house, you could be living in a dorm. Your other siblings went to college. You see how easy it is? You're about to turn 21, Kaya. What are you doing with your life? You don't have time to figure it out. You supposed to been out your mama's house. I have been getting a lot of comments, a lot of just talks from elders, from family members, from millennials. A lot of y'all have been saying a lot of things that is the same construct of what the Matrix expectation of what a human's happiness, of what living is supposed to be. Throughout the time when I stopped saying that I'm not gonna go to college and I don't want to work a job, a lot of millennials and a lot of the last generation and a lot of people took that as I am a lazy person, I have no motivation to do anything. Now let's get into it. So much of society is judging you when you're not in that person's shoes. Everybody's life and path and journey is different. Their mind, their definition of happiness from survival is different. There are people who find peace just living in Costa Rica, living in the jungle, Bali, spending $400 a month, living off grid. There are people in this country who have found ways to make their rent $600. There are people right now who are working 2 jobs, struggling to pay for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath for $1,200. They're even trying to make it up to $1,500 for 1 bedroom, just to look like they have it all together, working 50 hours a week, check to check. There are people who have funds to survive in America and in this world. But let's be honest, these jobs do not pay enough to survive. The necessary needs of survival, which is having a house, which is having some form of transportation, which is having any means of being able to eat and drink water, which is something that we all have to pay for, that is naturally given to us. We can't even cut down any trees or build anything because that's illegal, right? Society is always consistently set up for us to depend on them. And they make it illegal if we try to do things for ourselves. And they make it harder, especially if you are a melanated person. Now, if you are white, you are middle class, or you are a low income white family, or any other race, I know you feel me too. Y'all judge people in my and all people of ages situations so much. But even if I decided to go live back into the Matrix, doing that traditional American dream, I still wouldn't even be out of college right now. I am 20 cycles around the sun. And let's be honest, not everybody is getting a scholarship. So you telling me America and society is expecting 18-year-olds to have $25,000 to $80,000 for college jumping off of the porch, when these jobs that hire high schoolers don't pay the amount to even save up that income? And even in the time where you are working a job as a teenager, you're mostly trying to save up to buy a car, right? God forbid your parents want a piece of the action and they start asking you to pay for rent. Is mostly what happens when you start working as a teenager. They want a piece of the cut, because most of the time in middle class or low income families, you have to help because your parents are stressed out, they need help, they're struggling, right? So it's hard for you to save up. And do your parents have any savings for when you go off to college? No, they don't help you get out into this world at all. They just push you out the door. And that's what society is expecting of us 18-year-olds from all the way from 18 to 25. Most students go to college and still don't even know what they want to do. And it's weird how white wealthy families, their kids get to come back home and say, Mom, Dad, I don't really know what I want to do. I'm still confused. Okay, well, we'll give you enough time to figure that out. They get that leniency, but all the rest of us don't. Why is that? Because they're putting so much pressure on us. You got college students who keep changing their major. In the time, that gap from 18 to 21 to 22, you're still trying to figure out your place in the universe, what you want to do with your life, what actually makes you happy. And most kids because they want to come off as successful, they will continue to keep moving and moving and moving without even thinking about, does this actually make me happy? Can I do this for the rest of my life? Am I gonna be good financially? Will these jobs accept me when I get out of here? Most of the time, people spend so much time learning a career and they actually get the job and they go work it and they do not like it. So you spent 4 years or you spent this amount of time working to try to get this done for your life and it doesn't work out. Prime example, a person who goes into a trade, they want to be a truck driver, spending 6 to 8 months studying for tests, trying to get your license, and they get a job feeling like a zombie when they have to drive 10 hours, go to sleep, wake up, drive another 10 hours, and do that for a whole full month. When I was in high school, I kept thinking like, okay, I want to be a nurse. Then when 2020 hit and all of that stuff was shutting down and I was actually had time to think about what I was about to do for my life, do I really want to work 10 to 12 hour shifts on my feet, surrounded by people who are in pain, sadness, adrenaline on 10, because I am an empath and I easily feel other people's emotions and pain, and I can't do nothing but feel bad. And let's talk about it. To get a survivable amount, you would need to go to college for 5 to 7 years if you actually want the freedom to actually live. Being a lawyer or anything in the healthcare field, who knows? People who have even spent 8 years of their 20s studying for something that get replaced by a robot, because it's coming. Trust me, I know y'all seen these robots in factories, these robots doing surgery. I've seen so many people beat down, whether you're 30, whether you're 39, whether you're 40, whether you're 18, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, all of that. Society judges so many people in tough situations, trying to balance out being happy and survival. This is not the Maze Runner. This is not the 100. This is not the Hunger Games. This is life. Y'all saw what happened when society got shut down. Them jobs didn't care about you paying your bills. They let you go because you are a number. The real quote goes to show, how long would you survive if you lost your job today? That goes for your journey to connecting to your spirit and life. You cannot go outside of yourself to find the meaning and the answers for you. Most of the time, people spend so much time being angry at their job and America, being a victim to their circumstances, when they're the ones who are in control of their life by the decisions that they make. You are in control of your reality. I am a person to never make excuses or ever say I can't do something, but one thing I refuse to do is make my reality a living hell. I refuse to live uncomfortable. I refuse to subject and submit to what y'all are telling me what to do with my life. My living situation or anybody else should not be a bother to anybody. Most programmed people will say, well, I don't want you to go through the same situations that I went through. But do you think I was sent here with the same consciousness as you? So you believe everybody just comes to earth with the same programs, the same way of thinking, huh? Because that's what the Matrix predicts. That's what the Agent Smiths do. We are nothing but sheep, cattle, a means of energy to keep building their mission. Spend our whole lives helping them build what they need to build and then get rewarded after you turn 67? Agent Smiths cannot comprehend destiny. Everybody was sent here with a gift. Everybody has something that they're good at in this life. The things that make you who you are. The experience that have shaped you who you are. You keep continuing your ideals on what life is supposed to look like and what is successful. Y'all want me to go out in this world and y'all barely understand the world you're living in. We're just finding out that our birth certificates and social security card is a bond. Monetized to make the elites wealthy. That birth certificate shows that the state owns you and your children. You don't even own yourself. That's why Child Protective Services, CPS, can take away your kids if they want to. You take your child to the doctor because they broke their leg and now you got people trying to take you away from your child. Or you just gave birth to your child in a hospital and somebody's already trying to call CPS because you don't want them to get vaccinated. Talking about child abuse. Now your child's stuck in the system and you can't even find them. All because you don't understand this world that you're living in. When the police break their own laws, coming into your house, your land, you just finding out that you don't even need a license. But that's what the Matrix tells you to do, right? When you turn 16, what you're supposed to do as an adult, you're supposed to have a license. What law is telling somebody that it is a part of life where you're supposed to get a license. What law does it say that? You don't even know that you're under a commercial system. Driving is an act of commerce. That's why they make you pay money when you get pulled over and pay fines when you do stuff. Do you know common law? Do you know you don't need a license to travel, aka drive a automobile to get to point A to point B? You don't even know you're not supposed to pay taxes. What law tells you to pay taxes? I'll wait. No, seriously, tell me, show me what law tells you to pay taxes. All because of certain constructs that have been programmed into you to make you feel like this is what life is supposed to be. Do you know why they call us a color and not a nationality? That's including white people. I refuse to be pushed out into this world because y'all feel like I'm supposed to be doing something with my life. Struggling and mindless of my birthright, understanding a state, protecting myself, and leveling my growth of connection to source because you have ideals of what I'm supposed to have at a certain age. Stop calling these young adults lazy and no ambition when we really see what's actually the truth about this world. The rat race, the matrix, the hamster wheel. And you don't because you're still in the program of it. That whole, you're about to turn 21. What the does that mean? There are people that I know who are touching 40s, 30s, who have all the necessary needs of surviving and living in this world, but still have personally toxic, unhappy lives, spiritually disaligned, have no time for their passions or what their mission or what they actually were sent here to do. But as long as you have a house and a car, that's life, right? You should be grateful. That's what the Matrix wants you to continue to think. Be grateful that you are living. Be grateful that you have a house. Be grateful that you have a car. Oh, and I forgot to mention, yes, I do stay with my mom. But I'm gonna say this. Keep looking at this world from a 3D standpoint and see how far you'll be moving. Staying in a 3D mindset or what was chosen for you by man-made ideals of what life is supposed to look like. You're not supposed to look like that. You're not supposed to dress like that. You're not supposed to eat like that. Do you see how structured and do you see how that sounds? Everybody's situation is different. People who get pregnant at 18. It's people who have to deal with their parents falling ill. It's people who have to deal with so many situations and you're still judging on the circumstances of their life. Stop doing that. As soon as you come out the womb, they already got a plan for you. Keep spending your life being controlled by what is told to you and what's not in you. Take yourself to the non-physical. We are all just souls. Think about it like this. Me being in my mom's house, non-physically, we are all just souls in a big box full of boxes trying to survive. I'm grateful that I have a good enough relationship with my mother because some people don't even have that. Some people have it worser and harder and actually can't live with their parents. Sometimes she still does have programs from the Matrix that affects me, but I will always continue to evolve. I have no desire to stay with my mother forever, and I choose to take these moments with my mom and cherish them. There are people who don't even have mothers right now who wish they could go back to be able to just walk into your mom's room and ask advice about life. And every day I'm working for independence of survival. When I'm speaking on you quitting your job and stop worrying about money, because the money has never been a problem for us. It's been times where I've had enough money to get my own spot and get my and I got a car and I'm ready to get out in this world, but I don't understand this world. It's been times where I've had that, but I didn't just jump out there because oh, I got the money for it. You're not mentally ready for survival. You don't mentally know this world. Our minds, our dependency on things outside of us, the programming of what life is supposed to be, when the universe, source, God, whoever you want to call it, gives you everything you need when you get here. But it's just if you choose to listen to others or what's in you. Because Michael Jackson, anybody, Nipsey Hussle, anybody who, Tupac, anybody who came to this planet, if they would have listened to what everybody else said, what you're supposed to do, if Tupac was told, go to college and you're supposed to do this, they wouldn't be the persons or the legends that they are today. If somebody told Dr. Sabi, you need to go to college, you can't do that type of societal mindset, they wouldn't be here. They wouldn't have this influence and change in this world that they have had. The Agent Smiths, they put fear, they instill it into you. And y'all continue to spread that and listen to what the Matrix is telling you to do. Y'all not gonna make me feel bad for staying with my mama. You're not. I'm sorry. Like, I'm a ride this ride, and I'm going to continue to have the support that I have while I have it, and I'm going to soak in as much knowledge so I can be ready for this world and not just pushed out into this world and not understand what's going on. It's so many changes happening. So much of our freedom is being taken away from, so much things that we don't even know, so much things that is still uncovering. And you want me to get out into this world and blindlessly live like y'all? And this is me talking to everybody who has put me down for making decisions outside of what the constructs of what the Matrix is telling you to do and telling me to do, to have a more simpler life because you need money to survive. I make a way for myself. I got a room. That's what she gave me. But I made everything happen in my life. From the bed that I have, from the phone, from this ring light, from this camera, from this couch, from everything that I have, I did that from me. Not me having to depend on a job, not me having to depend on anything. Y'all don't know. You don't know people's situations. So you cannot judge what somebody's doing with their life or how their life is going. And it's the same thing with men. I feel so, even the men, the guys who are woke right now, who are literally seeing and know the truth about the world and still have to participate in the Matrix to look like a stable man. And most women and most goddesses will not get that. I feel bad because they're looked at as, you're supposed to support me and you're supposed to have this. It's like, it's hard. I literally asked the question. I want to know what y'all think about people from 18 to 25, which there are people who have higher cycles than that. I want to know what y'all think about people from the age of 18 to 25 who are aware of the Matrix, realizing the truth about society, and still have to participate in it in order to survive. And someone said, honestly, we have no other choice. We're too far behind to actually do anything. Without all coming together, we're going against people with centuries of hidden knowledge of from our ancestors. Someone said, I am 29 years old on their timeline, but I had the feeling the same way. Like all the days of last week, collectively consciousness is strong. We are all thinking the same thing. It's to the point where I can't even work jobs because I get annoyed with the ideas of it. How we are forced to work and do things that is not for our soul and well-being. Everybody's calling me lazy or crazy. I don't even want to have kids because I don't want them to suffer in this. I don't want a relationship because I know women in our generation won't understand what I am going through. It is to the point where I ask myself, why even become conscious and aware if it's not meant to see the change instantly or know when it will happen? I'm literally drained from the system. I feel like Neo in the second movie. Only thing keeping me going is my family, or when I can make a new song. I feel people who are surviving and not living. They are trying to live in this shit, but they are surviving. I was at this job training, but I could not survive the whole day because I became uncomfortable with the thought of the idea of my job. Anyways, like the objective of it. I'm 26 and I never truly fit in because I can't go with the crowd if I know it's wrong. My friends and family think I suffer from a mental illness just because I won't suck the government like they do. Ever since this COVID life has been grilled, I do believe something in the jab cooked these people's brain. At the end of the day, though, I try to stay positive and have faith that this great awakening will prevail and the masses will see the light, even if it blinds them. It's so many people who feel this, like literally. I made me a Telegram where I'm actually having this type of conversation with everybody, and my Telegram is linked into the bio of YouTube, and it's also in my link tree. If y'all want to join to find a safe place to actually let out your emotions and your feelings of being in the Matrix, working a job, or any other topics that we continue to talk about as this timeline progresses, go ahead and join. If you don't, it's all good. I want y'all to know that y'all not alone. And anybody who is my age, 20 cycles or older or younger, please know that we trying to fix this. We, like, literally, don't feel stressed or don't feel like something's wrong with you, because that's how a lot of my elders made me feel. So y'all stay dangerous, and thank you for watching this video.